venture or a multi-faith venture or fully Christian?
The initiative has been taken and is in the hands of Catholics. So it's the Catholic Church that has started it and is responsible for it. But in actual fact, it is also ecumenical, that anybody can be associated and join. It's not a card-carrying operation that one belongs and another doesn't. By the very fact that you're here and you're part of CAFOD, you're part of this. Yeah? And obviously, other people that are non-Catholic or even non-Christian can be part of the effort.
Sorry, just to clarify, what is the name of the new network again?
Wrightington, R-E-P-A-N. It's you get it on the website, right? It's the acronym is the Spanish letters, Red Eclesial Panamasonica, which means Pan-Masonic Church Network. Okay. Good question.
Liverpool Archdiocese has an organisation called LAM, the Liverpool Archdiocese Missionary Project, and that's in South America. So is that any way connected to this?
It would be part of the broad experience. This is a new one that's more precise and more specific in relation to the concrete situation in the Amazon. Yeah, but LAM would be something very more closely related to.
I'm concerned that there's so much mining and so forth going on when instead of home in Colombia, and we get most of them think it's doing so much pollution, and but our investment in here is funding that kind of thing. What use was your organisation, our organisation, to make an impression on it when at least 97% of scientists, climate scientists in the world say that all this thing that you're talking about, Father, is responsible for this change? How can we really influence economic outcomes?
Yeah. There's a growing awareness coming from the people. There's a 100% consensus at the moment, and Sarah will be talking a little bit about this further on, that our problem vis-a-vis the future and climate change is one that has to do with our use of energy.
Yeah.
Basically oil, petrol, we all know that. That has to do with fossil fuels. And that's what releases the toxic gases and destroys the ozone's air that causes climate change. So we have to look for new ways of energy. But the demand for oil and for metals and for minerals goes on. If you look at the world of today, there is a huge demand for things like computers and particularly for mobile phones, cell phones. Every kid in the world now has a phone, or if he doesn't, or he or she doesn't have, they want to have. Yeah. There are something like 100 different methods go into the construction of a mobile phone, and they come from places like the Amazon. Not only there, right? And the major corporations, like people like Samsung and all these ones, lots of them based in Asia originally, but they're now world operations. They're the ones that are the driving force to buy and consume the minerals and the mining companies are related to that. Now it's a chain of production that begins in the earth and ends with the cell phone. That's what we say is the process of globalization. Pope Francis calls the whole thing an economy that's throwaway. Because very often what happens is like it's the amount of stuff that's been produced bought and sold in the world of today doesn't really respond to human needs. Supermarkets are full of stuff that we don't want. We want far less, we need far less than what we want. But the dominance of world business is so strong, and the seducing capacity of production in the world of today is so strong and so seductive. When I walk through airports, for example, I smile and I get angry at the amount of perfume and the amount of liquor that's in every duty-free in the world. Yeah? How much of it do we want? Yeah. Sorry, you had your hand up there for a long time.
Yeah, you mentioned use of rare earth elements in like cell phones and touchscreens and all this sort of thing. But these elements are also used in solar power and wind turbines and things like that. So the more solar energy you have, the more wind power you have, the more mining has to be done in the thing. So, you know, you say you don't want fossil fuel, but if we go over to the technology of solar power, things like wind power, we're going to need to dig up, you know, you need to make 1 gram of stuff that goes into a wind turbine. You have to dig up a ton of minerals, particularly in rainforests and things, because that's where they occur. You know, so the quicker we move to solar power, things like that, the more mining you're going to have to do in places like Congo and things, because that's where these minerals are unfortunately placed.
Now, obviously, I'm not an engineer, or I'm not trained to answer your question. Your question is very important and very powerful, and I cannot give you an accurate technological answer to the point that you raised, but I realize that what you raised is of extreme importance. The only thing that I would say is that we are at the very initial stages of the transition from fossil fuels to other types of energy. That will be solar energy, or from the air, from wind, from non-destructive energy sources and resources. The race is on. In some places there have been decent advances, but it's very, very initial, right? And every transition is messy.
You can't have these solar things or wind power without the mining. You know,
At the moment,
you know, you've got to mine, and because it's rare earth,
yeah,
you know, there are only certain places
yeah.
which are ecologically, you know,
At the moment,
excuse me,
at
you
the
don't
moment what you say is
solar
true.
power or wind power and stop the mining, or you have the solar power. I was saying, you know, at the moment you can't have, you either got to have the mining, or you don't have the solar power.
I think one thing, Father Peter, you were saying at another event is that we can't just assume all mining will stop, and but it's about making sure it happens in a really sustainable way. So when there is mining, that Indigenous people are consulted on the matter and talked to about it, and their rights are taken into account. So rather than stopping mining altogether, that actually, you know, people are consulted about the issue as well.
Yeah. I think we have to be, there's a tension between urgency and at the same time it's going to be a process of change. We all realise that it's a race against the clock, but you can't make a transition from one way of doing things that we're good at and that's the result of an experience of about 250 years to make a transition to sustainable energy that's going to be the major energy in 5 or 6 years or 10 years. The people that have the know-how to do things, we have to monitor and put pressure on them that they don't end up with what you say, doing more mining in order to produce sustainable energy that's clean. That would be a contradiction in terms. It wouldn't make any sense. What we're on about is cutting down on mining to be able to do the sustainable energy. That's the way I see it.
Well, time for one more question.
There's a whole heap of questions there.
Okay. Two more questions and
Well, I just want to say that Father's right, this is a matter of transition. I mean, the real enemy at this point is inertia, the sort of fear that none of our options that we have available to us are in any way a sign of moral progress, because there is a great amount of research. I mean, I've been working up in Orkney where there's tremendous research on hydrogen storage for energy, and that's very much part of how do we think about a future for tidal and wind energy, which doesn't rely on these kinds of extractive industries. And yes, at the moment, there is this reliance on particular rare elements for storage, but this is not necessarily the end point. We shouldn't be thinking about that as the end point. We shouldn't be thinking, what we do need to think about is how we shift away from our previous destructive patterns of extraction, and how do we encourage the kinds of research and the kinds of generation that are going to move us beyond that problem. And I think the enemy there would be a kind of inertia which says, oh, there's no point in moving over to these other things because it just opens up a new can of worms. Instead, we have to think about what's better and how that will open the door for new kinds of research, which are getting there, but will only get there if they have the public support.
Very well said. What's your own field, by the way?
Well, my own field is anthropology, but worked in engineering.
Expressed it very, very well. The lady at the back.
Thank you. I just wanted to touch on what we were all just saying about Father Peter Hughes and the alcohol and what the gentleman was saying there. I think the whole important thing about LADATOC is, where our Pope says, is to live simply so others may live. And we have to touch home on lots of things, and we still have to mine, but it's about doing it simply, so replacing things that we have taken away, and put the new trees in and everything else, and so it's living simply so others may live.